all this garbage on it.
It looks like a mobile game. And it tries to sell to you like a mobile game. Street Fighter V is one of those games that felt like it's early access for years.
Yeah. So, yeah, story, it will not do. Yeah, the general story is locked out because I uninstalled that after finishing it. It was so bad. But here's
why doesn't Street Fighter of all games have something where you just kind of tour the world going on adventures and things like Soul Calibur has?
But here's the only story what I care about, because it has the only character I care about.
Poison, the first trans character in video games, except for all the others.
Yep.
My beautiful old city. Well then.
And so, yeah, I really want to show off the art in these like story mode cutscenes. Like, what is this?
Is everything good?
What the hell is this?
Oh, this is better than Capcom's art used to be too.
Yeah. This is one of the better looking ones of these, believe it or not.
Car deal we made a while ago.
I kind of want to like ease people in.
Oh, Poison! Is that you? What's up?
Is Roxy's right hand also a left hand?
Abigail, you look like you're still in fighting shape.
I'm picturing these characters in motion, and all that's happening in my brain is them like bone crunching around like a Jacob's Ladder monster.
Yep.
It's kind of interesting that Roxy has Poison's old costume, so they actually like in universe dressed the same, and then Poison just chooses to no longer dress that way now. Also, wow, is it slow motion on your end?
A little bit, yeah. Well, that's
Wow, why is it running like quarter speed? That's so weird.
because I'm running windowed, maybe?
I am surprised.
Or I have like a laggy connection in this single player game on my own computer?
It wouldn't surprise me if this game was capable of that. I've never seen it run like this. I didn't know
it's
you could
weird.
make it do this. Oh, do you have it? Maybe it's something in the frame skip settings. Because there's more than one frame skip mode.
Wow, that's... Oof.
All right, Abigail. I'll give you a passing grade. As of today, you're on tour with me.
I don't think this would be an accurate portrayal of Street Fighter V if there weren't immense technical problems.
Yep. So hang on a second. Let me escape from the world of bad art. And see if I can't make this stop running at like molasses speed by doing something.
This is part of the large pile of modern AAA games that A, somehow run like crap, and B, installed a rootkit on your machine when they were new. I think Capcom actually backed off on that, but...
Yeah, apparently Doom Eternal did that, and they like just recently turned it off.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay, good. Because I actually did want that game, but after I saw that, I was like, nope, not getting it anymore.
So, okay, let me now try this for one of the characters who's in this at launch. I think this is the one where I was like really horrified when I first started.
Sean, it's
What is this art?
style electric shock training.
Oh yeah, she's really handsy with her brother, like consistently in this game.
Yeah.
Wait, that's her hip.
Don't even.
It took me a second to recognize.
Oh God, you're right. How does that even happen?
If you ever got really famous.
Like, I'm still screen sharing, right? So do I have a mouse? Oh, I don't have a mouse.
Not a bad.
No, I'm watching on Twitch.
Yeah, but like, there's her head, there's her shoulder, there's her hip somehow.
Going out.
What?
Like, her spine is a question mark in that.
Anyone strong?
And look at this shirt she's wearing, and like, look at his face.
Also, she has a dog collar for some reason.
Uh-huh.
It somehow looks
And look at
even more
this in the
dog
actual
collar than
in-game
Poison.
art. You were saying though?
I'm way too hungry.
I didn't notice before that the thing on her top, it's in like Comic Sans or something.
Mm-hmm.
You really mean it?
And there's her hair like clipping through her shirt constantly.
And they've got like nice flowy hair in this game on other characters, but hers is just like this horrible, like half physics, half plastic thing.
And
This is what gamers wanted, and we're so mad about them not having in like Mortal Kombat 11. And every time I see, tournament footage of something like Street Fighter 5, they've
Yep.
got Laura in like her bikini outfit, and it makes me embarrassed to like the genre.
yep.
And you can't say that around gamers because they won't even know what you're talking about or
Yep.
assume you're a prude who doesn't main Ivy.
Yep. So like okay, again, look at this. Look at his face. What even is this?
Tasty.
It's wacky, like JoJo. It doesn't have to make
They shipped this
anatomical
game like
sense.
this with this like
Don't
weird
worry about it. I was pretty hungry too. By the way,
like
do you know any strong fighters?
just sketch it someone on staff, I don't care who, art
There's a
in these
girl that's pretty
cutscenes.
eccentric and scary.
And then when you get to the in-game
Even if
art,
she
it's
is
like
the worst fight.
everyone has these giant hands, and it's really distressing to me.
And this is after they
Sounds
toned it
perfect. Tell
down
me,
in
what's your
from
name?
like Street Fighter Cross Tekken, where everyone was making fun of how some of the characters, like the one character, I think Julia, she would lift up her hand to adjust her glasses in cutscenes, and it drew attention to how her hand was like bigger than her whole skull.
Yeah.
Ciao. And you are?
Like what is happening with her torso is facing to the left.
Are you Karen Kanzuki?
Her legs are facing I think forward.
I heard you.
And then like
I hope that's true. I'm trying to
we got
build
this
my
L
jiu-jitsu,
somehow.
So I'm fighting with only the best fighters. How about a match? Your proposal sounds interesting.
I don't like looking at professional art and feeling like I could have drawn it given enough time, you know?
Well, I don't know if I could have drawn this. I have too much understanding of perspective. And also these hands are like as big as her head.
Oops. 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 Oops.
I was real tempted to look at the infamous waterfall level in this, which, for those that don't know, several of the stages in this game consistently lag on console, which is the tournament standard way to play this game. So many people will deliberately choose laggy stages so that because if they're crappy players, the lag will benefit them because it will mess up people trying to do more like deliberate things.
Yep.
And one of the levels that is that way is the one with the waterfall on it because it has this
Well, I'll show it off.
baffling shader on it that like
Oh, by the way,
it scatters.
what happened to
It's
the
one of
one
those ones where it's
really
clearly
strong?
doing the
Did
ripple
you
effect in like
that?
screen space rather than like what you might think of as more actual refraction effect.
Oh, here it is actually.
Actually, it looks a lot like in that
I'm excited just by how
what was
strong
that game?
you
Oh,
are.
here's the waterfall.
Yeah.
What was the game that with the
Oh, Red
exploded
Lake.
brick wall?
I came
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see
It the water in here looks like it's done largely in the same way there, and it's like,
Anyway, the
why
reason
did they
I
do
don't
it that
have
way?
water
This
right
is
now,
Unreal
I
Engine.
just know that
It has
fighting
built-in
you would be
stuff
very
that's
awesome.
just better looking.
Mhm.
But they did that, and it like lags PS4s. I have done refraction effects on water that can
Here it
like
is.
run on mobile and look
I
better
knew
than
you'd be
this.
fun.
So look how like Ryu's arm there is visible in the waterfall, even though the waterfall's clearly like way behind him.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to show it off as much as I can by just something right in front of it. It's like
It's clearly just like taking pixels and smearing them around the screen because that's how water works, right? Like really all you need to do is like take the same snapshot you're using to do those mountains in the background and then just like smear the UVs around and scroll it down there, and it's like that would be basically free. And instead they're doing this like way more complicated, way worse looking thing that's like making this forcing
Smelling armpit.
everyone to play on training mode all the time.
and like whenever you win a fight, it just freezes for a second, and it's like it doesn't look like this cool freeze frame effect. It looks like the game just froze for a second.
Hey, I
Yeah,
gotta
it looks like a
ask,
bug.
What was coming out of you?
A
in the
whole lot
third
of things in
scene?
this game look like
It
bugs.
sounded like like you were burning.
But
with
then we have this
weird
art.
energy.
This art.
Do you mean the Satsui no Hado?
It sounded like goo
Very
goo goo,
stylish
like you
name.
were burning
I
with weird
definitely
energy.
liked it.
It's
It made the whole
good
thing
writing.
more
Uh-huh.
thrilling.
You like that?
Well, I need to get going.
sorry,
See ya,
people love
Ryu.
being as loud as possible on the road here.
Well, mine's been the same.
Lately, I've fought with a number of different fighters, and I feel amazing. There are so many interesting.
So wait,
people
what
to
has
fight in the
what
world.
story-wise
Ah, you are right.
has happened with Laura so far?
Oh, okay.
I'm not
like,
even clear what the threat is.
She thinks her personal fighting style is cool, and she wants to show it off. So then she goes all over the world and just fights people to show it off.
Oh, I guess that's kind of everyone's story.
I mean, it's a lot of them. Poison's
Except for
story
you,
is
who's
looking
not
to hire
showing
people
off,
as
he just
professional
shows up to
wrestlers.
punch people. Oh, sorry.
The Poison's story is looking to hire people as professional wrestlers.
Yeah, at least she has an excuse to like go around fighting. But then, even then, Poison's fights don't seem to have to do with that.
Nope.
She's just like, she just shows up and is like, how about a fight for old time's sake?
Well, she like goes to her old neighborhood and is just hanging out with everybody there, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there are professional wrestlers you could like go recruit. Poison. I'm fighting one right now. Two of them, in fact, I think, kind of.
Yeah, why isn't Poison's story about like meeting up with Zangief and trying to sign him or something?
Oh, I think you should.
Because that would make too much sense, maybe.
Yep.
It is ticket for new wrestler talent scouting tournament.
Oh, that sounds really exciting! Thank you.
Look at that. Look at her
Well, I'm
waist
gonna head
here
there right now.
behind the text box.
Ciao.
Ugh.
Sure. Those
Where are her
medallas-
intestines?
Lara, where on earth did you go?
But so the
I
real
Oh, yeah.
story mode they added in because people weren't satisfied with this for some reason. Is really special. My favorite part of it is the part where it kind of introduces Laura there. So it's like clearly in Brazil. They established this is her hometown, and someone knocks somebody out and like throws her onto the back of her motorcycle and drives off. And then we cut away to some other stuff, and then we have the motorcycle with this person still unconscious on it, crashing through a window in England somewhere.
They took the shuttle.
Yes, the South America to Great Britain shuttle.
Yep. England has an elaborate network of underground, under-ocean tunnels.
But
Is there just a train parked outside honking? What is even going on?
then there's also the arcade mode where you pick basically any of these 6 Street Fighter games, and then
Street Fighter V.
a character that you've unlocked, if that character is in that game, which is kind of weird to me still.
And sometimes if they're not.
Yep. Oh yeah. So for instance, let me actually show it off since it's not 5, because obviously everybody in 5 is 5. But like, yeah, Street Fighter 1.
Fighter 1.
Your options are, for some reason, Ryu, Ken,
I'm sorry for the train road rage. I'm not sure what's going on.
and then like everybody from Final Fight, and then the bosses are in this.
Ah, yes, classic Street Fighter 1 character, Zeku and Abigail.
And Ken looks really scary to me for some reason. I mean, basically everyone does. Like, look at these giant sausage fingers he has that are like just one finger is almost the size of his whole face. And who even is Zeku?
I don't know. He's the guy who can like transform between his young and old versions mid-fight. I don't know story-wise who he is.
And just And then like you have
So,
Poison
like,
who's
they
an
are,
actual
like,
human being.
Birdie's chains. Why do they make them like? If they're physicsy, why can they not at least have them sitting so they're not like clipping into themselves on the posed versus screen thing? Oh yes, I believe the reason that they gave that Birdie was white in Street Fighter 1 is that he was sick.
Nice.
I guess he had vitiligo, but then he got better with some bed and fluids. Wow, we have not talked about Street Fighter V's gameplay one bit.
Nope. You want to?
I'd be curious to hear what your perspective is.
I mean, it is fighting game. It's pretty much what I expect from one. Although it has like a lot of like 12 button inputs that you need to do with very specific timing in like a 2-second window.
Oh, and it is like loose compared to old Capcom games.
Yep. For a while, I was like getting these too and practicing with you. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Sure, block the thing I was trying to show off. Also, like, the light punches and light kicks look really weird to me.
Yeah. They've always been too fast, I think, in Street Fighter. Like, in Soul Calibur and in Mortal Kombat, the fastest moves tend to be like 10 frames or so. So a sixth of a second. Whereas in Street Fighter, the fastest crouching light punches are 3 frames, which is just like beyond human perception fast.
Let me do one, actually, just to point out how weird it looks.
This is Abigail, who, as far as I can tell, is a Pokemon, because he mostly says his own name.
Round 1. Fight.
Weird looking.
That's not even. That's not even fast as far as some of them go. Some of them look like auto fire glitches.
Yep.
Did we already play Killer Instinct on stream?
Not on stream, no. I'm just going through this on my Steam list, and that's off Steam. Could show it up at some point, though.
I hope it goes on sale again with the increased attention it's getting. It would be surprising if it didn't, now I think of it.
But yeah, that one I actually, like, enjoy playing, which is not my usual thing with fighting games.
Showtime! I got you! Take off! Good for you!
It's kind of wild how much less horny her animations are in this than in 4.
Yeah.
I do kind of miss some of those.
So was it 4 or 5, which when it launched, it had the character select jiggle physics bug?
That was 5. And it still kind of does. Gamers were also very upset that they censored, air quotes, Mika's ass slap in her super, because before, like, the camera would, like, put it, like snap zoom right in on her ass while she slapped it in the super wind-up animation. Whereas now she merely does it in the lower, like, 2/3 of the frame. So, clearly the SJWs have won.
Those eye ridges there are a thing.
I am not a fan of how Boxer is portrayed.
I still can't believe that they haven't actually, like, just gotten around the same standards for that internationally with the names.
They tried with the Eggman versus Robotnik thing and then realized they just had to give up, so maybe Capcom's right that they'll never get it.
But like, we call it Final Fantasy VI these days. I mean,
Although I think I heard once, maybe it was even Ono, one of the Japanese developers, saying things like, yeah, Akuma is just kind of a better name than like Goki.
oof.
Especially since everyone that's American looks at that and says Gookie.
Yeah. I should probably
And
explain
Goofy
this
is
too,
a
because
bad
not
name.
everybody actually is in the know. But there are 3 characters in the Street Fighter series: M. Bison, Vega, and Balrog, whose names, like in America, rotated around because this guy was called M. Bison, and it was like that's a little too on the nose, people.
The M did stand for Mike, so he was indeed Mike Bison. Mike Bison the boxer. And then Vega was Dictator and Claw was Balrog. Or no, was... Yeah, Claw was Balrog.
Yeah. So
But like, Dictator, he's M. Bison. Like, he's not Vega.
I could see being used to it like that, but then like it also really wants to say the M stands for Monsieur.
Monsieur Bison. Oh yeah, what does the M stand for when it refers to Dictator?
That's I don't think it's ever been
Mr.
established.
Bison. Oh, sorry.
I don't think it's ever been established.
That's interesting.
Your words are not
He doesn't. It seems weird if he's named Mike.
Fight.
So this Saga here and Poison as well were much later additions to the game, and it shows they're just like so much less ugly. Although the lighting on this level is just atrocious, I think everything's like so oversaturated. Like I get trying to go look for a cartoony look, but this looks like when you turn scan lines off on an emulated thing and then run a bunch of filters on it.
So what am I grabbing with this throw here?
What do you mean? Oh yes,
Well, it's like I grab him by the collar and then slap him around throw. So it's like this guy's got no shirt on. So like just grabbing what, like a random chunk of his chest?
Giving him a titty twister.
not yet. I'm not done.
Round 2.
I guess you should probably fight for real now, huh?
Unleash your true power.
Then you block my true power, so.
Poison was basically completely redesigned move-wise. Between 4 and 5, she was like a multi-stage, in-your-face character with a projectile and an uppercut. In 4. And while I liked the personality in a lot of her animations, I am so sick of characters which are just projectile, uppercut, Rekka kind of thing. Like, it's like the most vanilla thing you can be next to a Shoto.
Oh,
Whereas
I
in
have
here,
lost.
she's like big, long normals and grabs and setups and things. And then in her V Trigger 1, she has that Molotov she can throw, which is pretty neat.
7.
okay. I don't actually want to.
5. Game over.
I was gonna say, like, if I have to actually listen to the whole countdown, I think it'd be faster to just actually try the fight and win. But, yeah, so... At least originally when this launched, it's like,
Street Fighter.
you go to pick a
5.
character, and on... Was it just this screen where it happened? It's like, you switch
Yes.
to Chun-Li, and all of a sudden her chest was just like hitting her in the face because some weird physics issue.
It's that thing that you see in a lot of games where like all the physics needs to like recalibrate as soon as something
Oh,
appears.
well, you can
because
still
it
see, you
hasn't
can see it
had
really well
time
on
to,
Ryo here, actually.
Yeah,
his
like
bandana
the
just
thing
kind
its
of
headbands are doing
floats
is like
gently
what her
down from the
boobs were
heavens.
doing. It's
Ugh.
such a lazy fix too. I think they only fixed it by just like turning off the boob physics here.
Yep.
Also, it was only that little center chunk there in between the shopping carts that was on release, so it felt quite anemic. There was no Akuma, there was no entire Street Fighter 2 cast, no Urien, no Poison, no Seth, no Guile.
Like, everybody just looks so freaky. It's like they're going for a stylization thing. Like, look at Ken's fingers here, and like how weirdly huge and detailed they all are. It's really upsetting to me in a way that I can't quite put into words.
My super unpopular opinion is that the best looking 3D Street Fighter is still Street Fighter EX.
But yeah, that was a taste of Street Fighter V.